As a child, Lily had always been a high achiever. She excelled in school, won countless awards in her extracurricular activities, and was always praised for her intelligence and hard work. However, despite all her accomplishments, Lily never felt truly confident in herself. She always felt like she was just barely scraping by, and that someday soon everyone would discover that she was actually a fraud. This feeling followed Lily into adulthood, where she began to experience imposter syndrome in her career. Despite being a successful and respected lawyer, she couldn't shake the feeling that she didn't deserve to be there. She felt like she was just pretending to know what she was doing, and that someday she would be found out and lose everything. Lily tried to ignore these feelings and push through them, but they only got worse with time. She began to doubt herself constantly, and it started to affect her work. She struggled to make decisions and constantly second-guessed herself, which slowed down her progress and made her feel like she wasn't living up to her potential. One day, Lily was assigned to work on a high-profile case. It was a big opportunity for her, but it also meant more pressure and more chances for her to fail. She was terrified, but she didn't want to let anyone down, so she pushed herself to work harder than ever before. As the case progressed, Lily found herself becoming increasingly stressed and anxious. She worked late nights and early mornings, constantly worrying that she wasn't doing enough. Despite all her effort, she still felt like she was falling short. One night, after a particularly grueling day at work, Lily broke down in tears. She realized that she couldn't keep living like this, constantly doubting herself and feeling like a fraud. She knew she needed to do something to break the cycle. Lily decided to seek out a therapist who specialized in imposter syndrome. With their help, she began to explore the root causes of her self-doubt and work on ways to combat it. She started practicing self-compassion and reminding herself that it was okay to make mistakes. She also learned to recognize her own accomplishments and give herself credit where credit was due. Over time, Lily's confidence began to grow. She started making decisions more easily and trusting her own judgment. She found that she was able to speak up more in meetings and take on new challenges with greater ease. And as she continued to work on herself, she began to realize that she wasn't a fraud at all. She was a talented and hard-working lawyer who had earned her success through her own efforts. Eventually, Lily's hard work paid off. She won the case she had been working on, and it was a major victory for her career. But more importantly, Lily felt a sense of pride and self-worth that she had never felt before. She knew that she had earned her success through her own merits, and that she didn't need to doubt herself anymore. Lily's journey to overcome imposter syndrome wasn't easy, but it was worth it. By confronting her own self-doubt and working to build her confidence, she was able to become the successful and self-assured person she had always wanted to be. And now, whenever she feels the familiar tug of imposter syndrome, she knows she has the tools and resilience to overcome it once again.